Terrible idea. I'll have to clean that up in post. Well, hi there. Welcome, McClar. You've made it. You made it on time. My goodness, I haven't even gotten to the question yet. Just because you mentioned it, you are in my SO list section. SO list section. Significant other? How you doing? How you doing, Hitch? All right. So, what is this week's question of the day? It's simply shout out section. Thank you. Thank you. I thought you were coming on to me a little bit there, and my goodness, I mean, you are a handsome, handsome fella, but too much ZX Spectrum for me. Anyway, so the question of the day for this week's Gamehuggers Weekly Question of the Day. It is, can you, in your own words, explain to me your favorite game without ever mentioning the name of the game? And I'm happy to say we got quite a few people that called in this week. So now we need to sit back, take our notes, puzzle, brain age ourselves a little bit, and see if we can figure out what some of these games are. So who's all with me? Are you guys ready to start listening to some of these? Because I have a feeling they're going to be pretty good. Yeah, this should be a fun one. So, and by the way, this is our 10th question of the day, our 10th weekly question of the day. And these will also be going up on our Podomatic page starting this weekend. We will have our very first episode of the question of the day going up. Since we've got a bank of 10 episodes now, they can start going in podcast form. Since I don't really do much, hoopla with my hands and face and stuff. I mean, there is benefit to some photography and video, I suppose. But this will be up on the podcast world too, so you can always listen to them. Hello, Dork Father. You just made it just in time. We're about to listen to our first answer to this week's question of the day. Can you explain your favorite game to me without ever mentioning the name of the game? And all we got to do is guess. So if all you guys in the chat can help along, that would be wonderful. I think I'm going to need some help. So here we go. Here we go. Hopefully we don't have any prank calls this week because I'm really getting sick of that shit.
Hello. I'm calling in for the question of the day, and I have a great one for you. Now, to talk about it, it's about Mario defeating Bowser in the first one. Damn it! I hate surprises and I give it away all the time. Super Mario Brothers. I'm sorry. Hi everyone, and tell Jay that he left his thong at my house. Bye bye.
Okay. Awesome. Great. I need to start to filter these because I think the more and more we get these out there and people start submitting them, maybe, instead of just saying hey, here's for the weekly question of the day, and just I throw it in a bucket and just play them all. Maybe I should start to review these a little first. I just don't want any, I want to guess these on the fly, I want to guess these on the fly. All right. I have no idea what that was. What, Mario Brothers? All right, next call.
My favorite game has a hero who uses assistive technology to navigate the levels in order to save a hero who went missing from an organization that is a stand-in for Nazis.
Whoa. Hold on, let's stand in for Nazis.
My favorite game has a hero who uses assistive technology to navigate the levels in order to save a hero who went missing from an organization that is a stand-in for Nazis.
A stand-in for Nazis. So this is a phone call from our good friend Matt Pigeon, who is also one of the co-owners of EverCon Gaming Convention. Anybody have any ideas? A stand-in for Nazis. G.I. Joe and the Quest for Tits. It's an NES game. Oh, cool. Thank you, Superstar Xavier Michaels. I appreciate that. G.I. Joe, Nazis. Is it Bionic Commando? Commando does have Hitler at the end. Shoot. Well, I'm already stumped. Lego Indiana Jones. Dang. All right, well, Right, Bionic Commando. I'll have to see if that's what he had. That's a good one. Holy shit. Oh man, this is gonna be harder than I thought. All right, next caller.
John Denver. Yeah, I guess. I kind of went the Rocco route, but then I was like, maybe I shouldn't actually say the name, and I kind of just dipped down into more of a Barney-esque from Simpsons thing. But yeah,
Rushing a
uh,
butt.
I hope that's. I hope you don't know right off the top of your head what the game is, because I try to make it not as hard, but still a thinker. And with the hint, it's more of a intellectual hint than just a dead giveaway.
Well, what did he say?
John Denver. Yeah, I guess. I kind of went the Rocco route, but then
John Denver. Oh my Lanta. I have no idea. I think those are messages from our good friend Ben, by the way. Ben Ben plays it all. He's on a YouTube, or he's on Facebook and a YouTube. Jesus, not Facebook. YouTube and Twitch. Ben plays it all. Look him up. He's a great guy. Russian Attack. That's a good one too. I wrote that down. Bionic Commando or Russian Attack? I'm actually not sure. Could it be Contra? But Contra's aliens. So man, all right. Next caller.
Okay, so there's this kid, and he leaves home to deliver the message to the royal house. Then there's this demon king, and he really makes things happen. Time happens. Wow. Boy, oh boy, does time happen. And ultimately, between the two that came out on this system, a lot of people like the one with the masks more. But I personally choose this instrument of creativity anytime. Get it?
Obviously, that one we're pretty sure is Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, or Ocarina of Time, however you want to know. There's two games in this series. One of them has a mask. One of them is the instrument, which is the ocarina. Time travel, all of that is very heavily involved, so it makes
Hello
sense.
there, and especially hello to you superstar Xavier Michaels. Or should I say Jay? I've been trapped in this chat for so long, I figured it was about time I was able to call in. Now everyone can hear my voice. Joshua, thank you for the wonderful question for this week's question of the day. My favorite game without saying its name goes something like this. You're forever in debt to a raccoon, but it's okay. There's no interest on your loans. What game am I?
What the fuck? Did you guys hear that? Did not push anything. Was there a sound notification in the chat or something like that? This offering fit. What are you talking about? Okay. A little freaked out right now. Okay, so that I have no idea. Question mark? What do you know about this? What is this, an inside joke or something? Why did she say especially you, Xavier Michaels? Paying off a loan to a raccoon. Your loans never. Oh, that's Animal Crossings. You're acting. That's the same reaction you gave me when you said you mistakenly put your wiener in my ear. Yeah, right, mistakenly. First off, it was a hot dog. It was the hot dog trick. And I don't know what the hell just happened. That's for sure. That freaks me out, man. All right, next caller.
All right. My answer to the question of the day weekday. Well, the answer to your question. I'm going to preface this with I think I've only mentioned this to maybe the superstar himself, and Sean Vanderweerd on liking this game. I don't know if you and I have actually ever had a conversation about this, so this might take you for a little whirl. Here is my bad explanation for this game. A savage alien species attacks Earth, believes in waiting its turn. All right, that's my bad explanation for this game. Good luck, Joshua Turbo, _ Joshua Turbo, the greatest _ in the multiverse. I cannot wait to hear your guesses. Oh boy.
What just happened? Well, okay, wait, what did he say? He takes down, yeah.
All right.
Let's skip ahead on these. The fuck?
All right. My answer to the question of the day day. Well, the answer to your question.
What's up, Pay the Toll? What's
I'll
up, Pay the
preface
Toll?
this with, I think I've only mentioned this to maybe the superstar himself and Sean Vanderweerd on liking this game. I don't know if you and I have actually ever had a conversation about this, so this might take you for a little whirl. Here is my bad explanation for this game. A savage alien species attacks Earth, believes in waiting its turn.
Leaves and waiting its turn.
All right, that's my bad explanation for this game.
A savage alien species is attacking this Earth and believes in waiting its turn. Is that StarCraft? StarCraft, you take turns? That's my guess. StarCraft? I mean, there's so many games that could potentially be. Hey, Dork Father. Hey, can you help me on this one? Do I need more hints? Am I close? StarCraft? Superstar Michaels. We just had a really weird... Not StarCraft. Okay, Pickle Friction, go for a guess. I wrote StarCraft, ? Nope. Is it a retro game? Or is it a new game? Or is it that game you've been playing? XCOM? Is it XCOM? That's a good guess. Ring Fit Runner, you missed a really weird call. Someone called and said, finally, you guys can hear my voice. And their game, pick up for XCOM. Oh, okay, XCOM. That's really cool. I would have never guessed XCOM. Although, yeah, good one, Pickle Friction. Very cool. Awesome. Well, good job, guys. Look at us working as a team. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was really creepy. Oh, yeah, right, Ring Fit. He totally doesn't know what the call is about at all. So which one did I play? I played Matt Pigeons, and then out of nowhere we got this other message. A little creeped out. All right, let's aliens and turn-based is all I was thinking. Oh, okay, I got you. All right, let's go to the next caller.
In my favorite game, you regularly take an arrow to the knee. You have the possibility to claim the power of Dragon Voice. You have a whole open world to wander around and take arrows to the knee.
That's
you can
amazing.
Play it for many, many hours. You can make the game different if you want to, thanks to its age and how many other people like playing the game. It is the 5th game in a series of many games.
Okay, I believe that one is probably Skyrim, right? That makes the
Hello
most...
there, and especially hello to you Superstar Xavier Michaels. Or should I say Jay?
This is the message again.
I've been trapped in this chat for so long, I figured it was about time I was able to call in. Now everyone can hear my voice. Joshua, thank you for the wonderful question for this week's question of the day. My favorite game without saying its name goes something like this. You're forever in debt to a raccoon, but it's okay. There's no interest on your loans. What game am I?
Thank you. Yes, that's who I think it is too. Hey, viewers, guess what my friends are assholes? Dude! Fuck you! Who is sending that to me? And how is it just playing? Is it something but the chat? That's why I'm looking at the chat. I'm scrolling through it. Like, is there a voice command that someone added? And I don't see AI Alicia in the chat at all. Users in the chat. And she's supposed to be a moderator. Buttspot is luckily here. Wait. Bianca Fletcher? No. I don't get it. Kill the bot. I think it's time to get rid of the bots. However, the game, you're in debt to a raccoon, and the there's Buttspot. AI Alicia has butted powerful. Fucking awesome. I love Buttspot. So that's how this keeps going. Yeah. All right. That's cool. Huh. Is it warm in here? All right.
Hey, this is Brett Weiss, author of retro gaming books and whatnot. Picture a clown harvesting cherries, digging tunnels, maze action. Surely by now you have guessed this amazing, awesome game, which is the greatest of all time.
So, mazes, digging tunnels. Initially, I thought Dig Dug, but I believe the clown aspect of it, do you guys have a guess? I'm pretty sure it's Mr. Do. And that, by the way, is the amazing Brett Weiss, who is an incredibly good retro game author. You should definitely check out his books. They're all over Amazon, anywhere else you can buy books. I've got a few pretty damn good books. I met him too. He's a good guy. Brett, I'm pretty sure that's Mr. Do. Mr. Do, not Dig Dug, because of the clown aspect. I never really understood the difference so much between Mr. Do and Dig Dug. I always remembered Dig Dug because it was kind of the original, but Mr. Do, there's like Neo Mr. Do too on the Neo Geo. So that's a really good game. There's a lot of sequels to Mr. Do, so. All right, and then we've got a caller who actually did not call this week. They sent a video. So let's go watch this video if you guys are ready for that. Everybody ready? Because we got to watch a video. It's video time. I have to push play at the same time because I can't actually hear it. Here we go. And we're switching over. Bada bing, bada boom.
All right, Josh. So you want to do basically try to get you to figure out my favorite game. The problem with that is you got a lot of favorite games, games that fall into that particular category. So this particular one, you should be able to figure it out. Came out in 1996, and when the system was released, there was a lot of commotion. As a matter of fact, I pre-ordered mine from Japan, me and two of my friends, Richard and Travis. And we all stood in line at Electronics Boutique at the mall at the time to get our system and copies of the games we pre-ordered. And this particular game that I had pre-ordered, we were playing it at Toys R Us on the kiosk, and it was groundbreaking. It really gets a lot of unnecessary garbage, but for me it was groundbreaking for the 3D gaming. And from that point forward, you could just see where everybody else either copied it or did something similar to it or improved upon it. With that being said, it ought to be pretty easy to figure out, man. We won't put a couple games for this system when it came out. Hell, the system gets shit to this day. I don't care. I love it. I've always loved it. And I love that game. I still play it to this day. I actually recently, within the last several years, completely defeated it by getting every item you could get. And I've been playing different hack versions. But you see if you can figure it out.
Okay. So it's obviously Quest 64. My guess is Super Mario 64. That one I think is the launch game. I know Bernie and like Beamer love those Banjo Kazooie games, so that was like my first guess. But when he said the what's going on? Yeah, it's Contra. But 64. Pilot Wings. When he had said on launch day, you know, when it first came out, Mario 64. And don't get me wrong, I shit on the N64, but there are some games that are absolutely fucking groundbreaking. I mean, the analog stick that they had on that controller, even if the controller was not great. Yes, exactly. I mean, like, if it weren't for the N64, and then like all of those games like Pilot Wings and Mario 64, and then like what soon followed, I think it was just Pilot Wings and Mario 64 were like the first two games, and then like the games that followed, like it changed the way that gaming was. It changed the reason why the Dreamcast had an analog stick. It's why Sony all of a sudden was like pushing their dual analog sticks. Like I get it, and there was a million games that copied it. That era of 32/64-bit 3D platformers was insane. Everything was insane. I think the only game of that era that even comes close to Mario 64 is probably Rayman 2. And Rayman 2 is spectacular. Which, by the way, yeah, most of them are shit. Like, most of them are mid for sure. All the Gex games and Gex 2 and Gex 3D and, oh my god, Buck Bumble and fucking Glover and all that shit that came out after it were just, they wash, rinse, repeat. And that's unfortunate. But, all right, I'm pretty certain that's Mario 64. And Bernie, if you get in the chat at all, actually, hold on, he did message me. Let me make sure that he's not like, could be up. Glover, yeah. Mario 64. So, all right, let's go to the next one. Next caller, yeah. What the fuck is this? Okay, does anybody read Morse code or can translate Morse code? What the fuck is this? Did that blow anybody's... I understand binary. That is the rudest thing you guys have ever said to me. Anyone know Morse code? Why am I doing this? I just hit play on the goddamn buttons, dude. Right, hold on. Way. I got pieces of paper. Yeah, this is a nice beat. I don't know when this is supposed to stop. You guys still hear it? It like blew out my fucking ears though. All right, hold on. These printed out. This is what I got. This is from our good friend Captain Coleslaw, by the way. Can you guys still hear it? It is just going and going. Oh yeah, this is some creepy shit, brother. It says, "Hey Joshua. Sorry, I can't call in. I've hijacked a radio tower. one of my favorite games. Send Help is an old side scroller that takes place in a time of war. My coordinates are lost, as we do most wars, or 2.78. Sorry, I fell asleep. -90. Must go have company. The trucks have started to move. Of message. Boobs. Hi, God's Fire. I have no idea what's going on. Have you been taken hostage? And those are code words you're throwing out. Blink twice if you're in distress. I'm in a little bit of distress. I think we've had an AI person call. What's up, Wink? What's up, Buffalo Hopscotch? We had an AI bot call in today. We've got Morse code. Bernie sent us a video. Holy shit, let's try to get back on track. Oh my God. All right, let's try to get that up to a decent level. Oh wait, I know this one. This one. AK Jacob or Ring Fit. And AI Alicia has not been in the chat since last week. What's going on, man?
Okay, hey, what's up? This is John, Games31. We described one of my favorite games out there. It's hard to pick just one. Give you a couple hints. It's a classic arcade game. It's came out in the early 80s. It's based on a really famous movie, and it's just really good. The sound effects are awesome. It's got vector graphics, and it just, even today playing it, it just plays amazing. Yeah, I think that's pretty good hints. I think you probably guess it based on those, but definitely classic for sure. And it's done by Atari. Thanks.
A movie from the 70s, brought out in Vectrix graphics or vector graphics in the 80s. Classic arcade game based on a great movie with an excellent soundtrack. My guess is that Star Wars Arcade by Atari, because that game was brilliant back in the day. I think that's got to be it, right? Star Wars Arcade, does that make sense? Let's go to the next one. Tron. No, Tron's not vector. I don't think. Tron was traditional graphics. Star Wars, I was going to say Beverly Hills Cop, but that was released in the 80s. Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop, that would have made more sense too. All right, let's go to the next call. I'm pretty sure it's Star Wars. Tron could be, if you wouldn't have said Vector. Vector is what threw me off there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Star Wars. All right, let's go to the next caller.
My favorite game, without saying the name, is the long-told story of a young boy getting his first pet and being sent out into the world to battle and defeat other pets, become stronger, and then going to each city and bullying the strongest person in that city until they give them a piece that recognizes them as having beaten them. And the game is...
That message is from the beautiful and sensuous Ron, or Pay the Toll, in our chat here. And I believe the game where you set out on an adventure in Trench Run in Vector Graph. Yes. Yeah, that is. It's fucking perfect. It's a wonderful game. The game where you set off as a child off to collect pets and battle other pets, I believe, is Pokemon. Now, do I have to guess which Pokemon? Pokemon Red, Blue, Green? I don't know. Hopefully, I do not have to guess that. All right, next caller.
Horizontal shmup. The sequel is so different. It's not R-Type, but...
Holy shit. Okay. So, shoot 'em up that the sequel is much different. Initially I would guess Gate of Thunder. That's a PC Engine or TurboGrafx CD shoot 'em up. The sequel, Lords of Thunder, which is actually kind of more of a pseudo sequel. The only thing that is similar about it is really a name. They're both horizontal shoot 'em ups that are very different from each other. Gate of Thunder is more of a traditional shoot 'em up, similar to the Thunder Force series, whereas Lords of Thunder is a very unique game all on its own. Honest to God, it's more of a action side-scrolling platformer where you just happen to be flying the whole time. But he said it's not R-Type, but what is this, a fucking haiku? Jeepers, man. That was our good friend Nathan, who works with Mindrek, which of course, rest in peace, BT Garner. I think I'm going to go with the game that is, honest to God, one of the biggest R-Type, I wouldn't say rip-off, but it's an R-Type style shoot 'em up where it shares so much with it, is on the Neo Geo, and it's called Polestar. And Polestar had a spiritual sequel in the same vein that Gate of Thunder and Lords of Thunder had. Polestar's sequel is called Blazing Star, and Blazing Star is nothing like it. Blazing Star is a more traditional shoot 'em up. It also has a quarter feeding mode where you basically, if you put enough quarters into the game, you can beat it because you can literally just coast through the whole game. You can die as much as you want, but you auto respawn right where you're at. Even when you continue, you auto respawn. Polestar is much fucking harder. Polestar, you start the level back at checkpoints every time you die. And if you continue, you start the entire level over. It is infinitely difficult. Like it is a difficulty of 10, whereas Blazing Star is like a difficulty of 1 because of the, now you can't one credit clear it without getting really good at it, but you can beat the game. You can see the ending of the game. Polestar, that's my guess. All right, let's go to the next one. What is this?
Well, hi, Josh. This is the Silver Screen's Billy Crystal. You probably remember me from City Slickers and the upcoming major motion picture Ice Cube Mania. Now, explain to you my favorite video game. So here you go. It's a coming-of-age tale of a kid who's pissed off at his father. You have to go through all this crazy shit and get these things to help him on his quest, and there's this little girl following him, throwing shit at him, and he gets all the way to the end, and then he fights his father. That is it. So make sure you get up to the table and play with your chili. This is the Silver Screen's Billy Crystal.
I, honest to God, stopped. I can't even comprehend that. This message sounds so much just like Shake from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It's a Star Wars game. Another Star Wars.
Well, hi, Josh. This is the Silver Screen's Billy Crystal. You probably remember me from City Slickers and the upcoming major motion picture Ice Cube Mania. Now, explain to you my favorite video game. So here you go. It's a coming-of-age tale of a kid who's pissed off at his father. You have to go through all this crazy shit and get these things to help him on his quest, and there's this little girl following him, throwing shit at him, and he gets all the way to the end, and then he fights his father. That is it. So make sure you get up to the table and play with your chili. This is the Silver Screen's Billy Crystal.
Oh my God. It is so good. That is Billy Crystal. That is Shake from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I'm sweating. That was so fucking funny. I got to fight his father. Okay, I think that's Star Wars. I'm pretty sure that's Star Wars. Oh, let's go to the next one.
Here you come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding and you ask me these questions. This is the Godfather. Gonna tell you a little of the story about my favorite video game, It's the story of a man running through the woods. The only way he can get through the woods is there's reptiles that he either has to jump over or he goes on the tops of these reptiles.
Talking about Pitfall.
He tries not to fall down, because if you fall down, you get a skin knee. Everybody knows a light bulb is 4 calories. This is a good one.
Okay. It's somewhere within that was an actual serious answer, which is great. That was awesome. Hopping on the top of alligators or reptiles and you're running through the forest. That's great. That was Pitfall. That's fucking spectacular. I love that one. That was a really good explanation of a game. Pitfall is excellent, by the way. Did he say dentist, Father? He probably said a light bulb has 4 calories. Yeah, thank you, Wink. There you go. Thank you. Well, it could be Pitfall 2, I guess, also.
So I got a game of the day for the week, of something to describe it, so you might understand what it is, but not really give it the name, because that's fine, I forgot it anyway. So anyhow, it's about 2 brothers that wear different colored tracksuits. I guess they get in a lot of bar fights. They've done this before. They're doing it again. But they brawl with a bunch of dudes looking for some lizard or something, and they fight like Green Pants Man and girl with really nasty whip thing and shirtless white pants big guy. You know who I'm talking about, I think. So anywho, that's my game. Yes, I think that they would drink Sobe if they had a chance. The drink. I don't know. It had funny sayings on the caps. So there you go. This week's question of the day answer for the week. You're welcome.
I think Double Dragon. I think Double Dragon's the answer. But I don't remember a lizard. A lizard. It's not Final Fight. It's not Streets of Rage. I really think it's Double Dragon. I don't know which one. There was a lizard. Lizard. A big lizard. Wait, are you talking about Battletoads? Tracksuits. A big lizard. And then, so Double Dragon and Battletoads and Double Dragon, that could be. But the one thing that he said was big guy with no shirt and white pants. That's a Bobo. There was that combo game. Yes, Battletoads and Double Dragon. Yeah, 2 brothers in tracksuits. A Bobo, yep. Okay, Double Dragon 2. What's the deal with the lizard? What's a lizard? What's the lizard? Is there a lizard in Double Dragon 2? I know there's like snakes or something in Double Dragon 3, right? Because you fight the mummy or whatever, and then it turns into... Oh, that's... Dragon is a big lizard. Oh, a big lizard, because they're double dragons. Ah, gosh darn it. Now I get it. So, like, okay, lizard's double dragon. Guy with the no shirt and white pants is obviously a Bobo.
Hello there, and especially hello to you, Superstar Xavier Michaels. Or should I say Jay? I've been trapped in this chat for so long, I figured it was about time I was able to call in. Now everyone can hear my voice. Joshua, thank you for the wonderful question for this week's question of the day. My favorite game without saying its name goes something like this. You're forever in debt to a raccoon, but it's okay. There's no interest on your loans. What game am I?
Okay, what the fuck is happening here? All right, we just have one more caller then.
Hey, Glamonites, this is indie wrestling darling, the glam god Xavier Michaels. Calling in here, Joshua Turbo, strong man, healthy man, sexy man. Gonna explain one of my favorite video games of all times. Came out years ago on the PlayStation 2. So here you go, the storyline. This confused man, neo-noir coming-of-age tale. You're really not in control of your facilities. You kind of snap out of this crazy shit in a diner and go on this quest to see who's putting some weird shit in your brain. Doing some crazy stuff you normally wouldn't do with the help of a few detectives. You kind of unravel this mystery and you get a lot more than you bargained for with death cults and Aztec priestesses and the whole 9 yards. Great game. I'll give you a hint. It has a color in the title. And that is my 3 cents because the Glam God cents mean more than yours.
All right, so did anybody have any good guesses there? The only reason I think I know this one is because he and I talked about this not too long ago when we were discussing about games that are kind of lost and forgotten that should be remade or remastered or whatever you want to say. And this is a perfect candidate for it. Like, perfect candidate for a game that should be remastered. I'll give you guys like a couple seconds. Diner and Detectives. Yeah. Yeah, it's a traditional sort of real-time event, sort of action game, 3D, so it's PlayStation 2 era. You know, games that, I'll give a big hint, in Europe it was known as Fahrenheit. Was it? It's a great name for a game too, and it'll be a great movie. I played through about half of it, and I never even got through the end. So that's like the perfect game for once I get this whole like capturing system all set up properly. That's a great candidate for streaming. Like, it would be so much fun. Ring Fit Runner, you're such a dick. Kidding, I love you, but that's funny. No clue. I never got to play a lot of games back in the day. I think I know what it is. So if anybody else has any ideas, wasn't it made by Sega? Let me give you guys a minute. It has a color in the name. Yeah. Let me give you guys a minute. I'm going to go get the game that I think he's talking about because I have it. I actually own the game, and it is very good. If any more of those frickin' Morse code things come in or that chick's voice comes back, I quit for the night because I'm officially freaking out. Freaking out. That is the last caller, by the way. So now I'm out. I don't need to listen to any more freaky callers. Black Dahlia. Oh, and one thing we should also mention is the game did also come out multi-platform. It was not just exclusive to the PS2. It was during the PS2's era, and it was not released on the GameCube because it was more of an adult-themed game. It was rated M for mature. It was not a Sega game, but it was made by Atari. Atari Games, of all things. A Creature from the Black Lagoon. If you guys give up, I think I got it. Superstar, let me know if I got it. I got it. You probably know that I got it, but... It is an incredibly good game that is definitely a great candidate for being remastered. The Indigo Prophecy. This is the Xbox version of it. It is a pretty beat up copy of it. However, the game itself is in really good shape, so it's a little scuffed up, but it's not bad. Quantum Dreams made this one for Atari. A good serial thriller. Like it's just... there's nothing like too gory or too awful to play. Like, it's just a masterfully written game where it would be an excellent TV series. It would be an excellent movie. It's great. And if you've never ever played it before, Here's the intro sequence. So I believe, and Jay, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you're in a situation where you're with someone, like a date or something like that, and then your character blacks out. So you see that your character blacks out. When you come back to, you're in a bathroom and there's blood everywhere. The person you're with is ripped to pieces and you are covered in blood. Someone walks into the bathroom, screams, runs out, and all of a sudden this building, like a diner, is surrounded by cops. And then you just play. And this sequence continues to happen throughout the game where you black out and then horrible things happen. And you don't know what's going on, and you're being chased by the cops, and you're being chased by this thing and this monster and this situation that keeps happening when you black out, and it gets more and more fucked up as the game goes, and it's chef's kiss, like it's really good. The one I was thinking of, the other game I was thinking of that's a really good psychological thriller / action 3D action game that plays like a movie is Headhunter. Sega had made Headhunter on the Dreamcast. I believe that came out in Europe. That's a really good game too. That actually wound up getting re-released for the PlayStation and the Xbox as well. PlayStation 2 and Xbox. That's another really good game. It's actually one of the first games that legit scared me. I had to play with the lights on. Wow. Well, I don't remember it being scary. I remember it being thrilling because the choices that you make build the story and everything that you do. When our friend Fame Douglas, who has called in a few times here, he and I played it. And I only got about halfway. He played through the whole game. But when he played through it, he had, I believe, I think he played through it once or twice. I can't remember exactly what he did. But when he played through it, he was like, you got to play this game. And so I sat down and I played it. And when I played through it, he said 15 minutes into it, he was seeing me do things that he never got to do because I did things differently at the beginning of the game. He was like, I never even saw this park. I never saw this cop. I never saw this scenario. I never saw this cutscene. You did things differently than me. So it's like a whole different story. And sure, they do kind of come around in full circle and then you start to see things later on because he's like, now I know where this is going. But he got to see the other perspective of things too. And yeah, Indigo Prophecy. Check it out. It's good. It's really good. And I would love to stream that one. That one would be a blast, especially if it's backwards compatible with the Xbox 360. The only reason I say that especially is because those adapters that you have to get for standard definition into HD make the game look slightly worse. And so having a straight pass-through through HDMI will make that whole capturing process so much more simple. So anyway, all right. So Indigo Prophecy, that's the last one. Otherwise, the only other one that I'm really like questioning is Matt Pigeon's, the game where there's someone standing in as Nazis and you're a hero trying to save another hero. I mean, Bloody Wolf would be one, but that I don't think he's got a lot of TurboGrafx experience. To say Russian Attack or Bionic Commando, but Russian Attack, I don't think there's any Nazis in that game at all. Bionic Commando legitimately has Hitler. Download and Download 2 on the TurboGrafx have a cybernetic cyborg Hitler at the end. You fight a giant cyborg Hitler because they resurrect him in his AI, and you have to face his AI later in the game. That's fucked up. Download 2 would be a great option, but I'm pretty sure we got all the rest of them. And Dork Fathers was XCOM. That female voice that we kept hearing was Animal Crossings. I have no idea about Captain Coleslaw. So we got... My ears are still freaking ringing from that, too. That blew out my ears. We got Morse code from him, I believe. Ron's was Pikmin's. Brett's was Mr. Do. Gamesters 81 was Star Wars Arcade. I think we got most of everybody's. So thank you, guys. Thank you, each and every one of you that called in this week. It is always a blast to do the weekly question of the week. We had a lot of fun this week. We had a lot of quirky and wacky call-ins that were, some of them were more trolling, and some of them were downright creepy. So this is our 10th Gamehuggers, weekly Gamehuggers question of the day. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next week for number 11. Toodaloo.